course up on the screen. Alrighty. Welcome back to F2. We got a sprint round today at Suzuka. So that means 2 race starts, and you know that means 2 lap 1 safety cars. What are you saying, Brian? Yeah, be quiet, man. Do not forget anything. This is the sprint. We got a good angle here for the start, I think. I don't know. Actually, yesterday in Formula 3 we broke the world record for the quickest safety car ever in this server. From the moment of lights out, it took 7 seconds to call the safety car. We had a car sideways on the start straight. It's pretty funny. Oh no, we got Jacob on pole, followed by Quangish John. Then we got Vic and T-Dash in 3-4, Gabby Souza into P5. Stevie reserving for ART today in P7. We got green flags. Oh, that's an early lights out. Jacob completely sleeps off the start. Quangish John takes the lead into the first corner. T-Dash up into P2. Jacob, probably one of the worst starts I've seen, down into like P5 or 6 now as we go into the S's. Oh, and that is a massive crash, and that is Jacob off alongside someone else. Can't see the name. Infinite off there in the S's. No safety car called just yet. Impressive. We made it through lap 1. That was an early lights out. Wow. No wonder you didn't really expect that. Not much happening in the lead other than that Jacob thing, and I think Jacob involved in some big crash out the back as well, so he is now down. And we do have a safety car actually. Jacob, trying to find him, P16. How is this happening week in, week out? I swear to God, last time around in a Hoover we had the same thing with Jacob. He's just on for a brilliant race and then something happens to him. This guy just can't catch a break apparently. It's insane. Alright. Well, we have a safety car. I think anyone with damage should be able to pit now. Doesn't look like anyone is... Oh no, we do. Is that Jacob himself? That is Jacob. Okay. So he'll be at the very back of the grid with some pressure tyres, maybe going soft till the end. Maybe, not sure. Probably could make it work. And if he does, get some easy places. The Lemming then. Into P3, having a better race in F2 than he did yesterday in F3. But remember, this is only the sprint. We got the main race coming up after that. We'll have like a short 5 to 10 minute break max to get a new lobby set up. And that's where the real race will be starting. What happened? Quangish John slept off the line. It was a very early lights out. Dropped down to like P5 or 6, got involved in a crash in the S's, and then he's now last. And he pit on the safety car. And now we're just having a safety car restart. Big Fick taking out Trefex under the safety car. Stevie taking out Azazo as well. It's a bit strange. Goes off an Infinite, scrapping a little bit. Quangish John still in the lead over. Pretty decent restart. The car spun around there. Tifosi. He had a power cut during qualifying, missed it, starting back off the grid for a sprint round, which is not good. Sprint rounds are kind of where you really do want to qualify somewhere else because it's the same grid for the sprint and main race. Stevie going down the inside of Big Fick, who impeded him in qualifying. Big Fick stays ahead. Good defending from him. Vic leads this little train here from P7. we already have a bit of a gap forming between the two packs. Let's follow up the top guys there. We got Exile, another free driver reserving here today. And we have a battle for the lead between Quangus and T-Dash, so let's follow this for a bit. T-Dash is getting very close to him now. Through the S's. Gap's pretty much not changed. I think T-Dash is just waiting for a mistake to happen from Quangus there. When you got someone right on your tail, it's hard to keep it. Oh, T-Dash is going to send it down the inside there. Just decides to back out of that for now. Gabby Souza now gets past Lemming up into P3. Good stuff. We've got Tim back in the blue car from the cheese livery. Oh, we have T-Dash going around the outsider of Quangus, if you saw that, in the long right-hander. Quangus might come back at him with a little bit more curves on the main straight, however. Let's see. Go on here, and it looks even. T-Dash now in lead of the sprint race. But we will be following this closely. Oh, we missed it, but Tim now up on the podium as well. Lemming and Gabby losing out few positions. Gabby hitting off Lemming off track there. Luckily no one crashed out, we managed to keep driving. T-Dash looks like he has some good pace here, to be fair. He is gapping Quangus already, even on half a lap. So it looks like it's going the way of T-Dash for now. Let's just have a look if there's going to be any big gaps. Yeah, T-Dash is in the lead. Okay, let's follow these guys then. Behind. Look at the gap already though, from Exile to Vic. We always see this happen somehow, like the field just splits up into like two packs. Exile actually dropping off a little bit as well himself. And T-Dash is just pulling away like crazy, incredible. The other guys aren't too far behind. We're always going to see Gabby up here in these positions. Nice to see Tim up here after a bad race last time. Involved in a few crashes. Is Gabby going to send it down the inside of the Lemming? No, not enough. Next lap though, Lemming goes a bit wide there. Tim is losing a little bit of time to them. This is where most of the overtakes happen on this straight, if I'm honest. Because most people just full blast for the curves and then it just comes down to who has more curves at that point. Which always changes. Wow, these three look very close. I don't know. T-Dash still with a decent gap now. Quangus and P2. Looks like Tim's losing a lot of time through these S's here. You see how much Lemming caught up with him here. Maybe he's running a bit of a lower downforce setup. Quicker on the straights. Gabby Souza this time around. No, it's still not close enough for a dive bomb. Keep in mind, they don't want to be fighting too much because they're going to lose each other time, but I just see 3 wide into the hairpin. That's Stevie, Jolly, and Ghost Shadows. Jolly comes out in front of this little scrap. I think we'll get some good action down here. We'll come back to the leaders in a moment. Ghost Shadow's going to be looking to curse past Jolly. That's Stevie and Ghost Shadow's getting past him. On the inside, Jolly's going to have the inside for the second hairpin. Leaves Ghost Shadows enough room on the outside. Brilliant racing. They come onto the straight side by side. Jolly decides to curse a little bit more there. Goes on the back of Stevie again. Stevie still ahead into the S section. Oh, they almost made contact there. It's really hard to follow someone through that S section. A lot of people take you know, a bit of a different line. They could go slightly slower and then you just go into the rear of them, crash them out. Turbsa and Vic having a fight. There goes Shadows on the inside of Jolly. Does he get that position out on the exit? No, he doesn't. Still behind. Jolly's trying to catch up to Stevie, but Ghost Shadows is not letting him do that. Turbsa and Vic. No, never mind. Vic gets past. Infinite down the inside of Big Vic. He's going to back out. A lot of people backing out. Turbsa and Vic are getting very close, and Stevie right on the back of them. This is going to be good. Look at that, they're literally touching each other. What is this? Neither of them are willing to give up any space there. Vic takes the inside. He knows that line's better. Keeps the position for now. Stevie joins on. Jolly's joining in a second as well. Turbsa so close to Vic. He's going to try down the outside of this corner here. He might get forced off wide. No, they keep it clean. Good job from Vic. Stevie's not going to be sending it down. Ooh, touches the rear of Turbsa a little bit there, but he lifts off to give up that advantage he gained. T-Dash still in the lead for anyone wondering. Tim back up into P3. But I think we'll stick with these guys for now. This is much more exciting. Infinite now getting past Jolly. I don't know what's happening to Jolly. He's losing some pace. He is still in front of him, but I guess Ghost Shadows is giving him a bit of a hard time. You got Exile still hanging around in P6, not bad. The top 10 very close. Who's? Oh no, Jolly's running up the top 10. Wow. So all these people are chasing that point down. Looks like this little freeway between Vic, Turbsa and Stevie has calmed down for the moment. Should be a good race if we have this sort of racing in the main event as well. Yeah, a little bit of gaps forming now. Jacob recovered to P11. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. If he could just get past Jolly right in front of him, that's at least a point. Not to worry, he will be starting on pole for the main race as well, so he has a second chance to have a better start this time around. This time he's going to be expecting that start probably. A little bit more. Let's have a look. Turbsa down the inside of Vic, and he comes out ahead, leaves Vic enough space on the exit. Vic down the inside, and again next to each other, these guys. But Turbsa with that inside for this long double left. Vic with more curves comes back at him, gains that position back. Turbsa's going to try to go down the inside again. They make contact so many times, but they keep it fairly clean here. Turbsa on the inside. Vic stays on track there. That was fair and clean from Turbsa. And now it looks like Turbsa's ahead. But again, we got the curves game playing out on the straight. And it looks pretty even Stevens for now. All this fighting now puts Stevie back into the fight and Jolly in. Just a couple, well, it's not even a couple of seconds, it's like 1 second behind. Oh no, what's happening to Vic? He's lagging a little bit. Stevie's off track by Jolly. Stevie won't be happy about that. Vic had a little lag spike, teleported back. Lost a lot of time to Turbsa in front. Stevie now down a couple of positions. Jacob there. Ooh, steady with almost double overtake. Let's see what happens on the exit here. Nice, isn't able to get that outside. Almost loses it on the curb. Jacob gets past him. Curves a lot on this main straight. Jacob does get that position back in the end, but I see Tim is under pressure from Gabby for the podium in the sprint. Gabby's so close to him now. Let's have a look, let's have a look. Down into the hairpin, we've seen Gabby making some moves here. Around the outside he goes. Is he going to try to stick it around there? Oh, he goes a bit wide into the slope. I'm not sure if Tim forced him off or he just drove off himself, and now Lemming is next to him. And with this line, Lemming should be getting past. That's Gabby down a position. But he goes back up with the curves, or does he? Lemming down the inside of that left. Unfortunately, it's double hairpins. There's a lot of people going side by side for these. Leader on the last lap. T-Dash wins now. Quang gets into P2, and this is going to be a race to the finish. Gabby. Oh, I can't tell who. Apparently, Gabby into P4, Lemming into P5, but that was so close. We'll see on the final timing screen. Jacob rounds off the points in P10, and it's going to be 1 point for him. Yeah, a bit late, Eddie, but it's fine. That was a close race to the line. We'll see you in just a minute and a half, the final screen. Then we're going to restart the lobby, have the main race. Won't be too long. So, all in all, we got all 19 drivers finishing the race. Big Fix still on track on his final lap. Tim gets that podium in the end. We'll have a look. I mean, Jacob wasn't in that fight in the top three, obviously, after that start. PC. Oh, yeah, this is PC, but we do have a league for PS5 and Xbox as well. But this one that you're watching is PC. But if you join and just ask for a console league, we'll send you the invite to it. No, that's Big Fix 78, finishing up in P19. Alright, 40 seconds, we'll see the final screen. I wonder, can I land this helicopter up here? It will be tricky. Yeah, maybe not. I want to see that gap between Gabby and Lemming. Because sometimes GTA can say you can say someone finished 4th, but they actually finished 5th or whatever, so I want to see on final. Lemming P4 on his POV. Well, we'll see, we'll see. In just a couple of seconds once this whole animation and stuff goes through. What is happening on my screen? Oh, okay. So in the end, we had Lemming into P4. Look at that margin. That is 2 milliseconds between them. Wow. 0.002 seconds. I mean, in the sprint, all it changes is 1 point. So Lemming's going to get just 1 extra point for that. Congrats to Lemming. That was very close. 2 milliseconds. Congrats. Alright. Don't go anywhere just yet. Go get a drink, go get some snacks, whatever. We'll be back in literally a couple of minutes for the sprint. For the race, even. We are back once again. Let me know how the quality is like. We should have some way clearer and better quality. Oh, I can see it already. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently my OBS was like a third of the recommended bitrate, and also like 720p. So yeah, my bad. But I think it's much better now. We're here for the second start in this stream. This is the important one though. This is the race start. This is where the big points are at, you know. We're gonna have rain in this race. We're gonna have, you know, actual strategies. This is gonna be interesting. So rain starting in about 10 or 12 minutes, I believe. I think about 10 minutes, so it's a bit hard. It's going to be about like 8, 9, maybe even 10 racing laps. Then we have drizzle, which isn't too bad, but then if you're already driving on tyres which are 9 laps old and then the drizzle comes down, it can get a bit tricky. So, but it's also not worth the pit just for 6 minutes of drizzle, if that makes sense. So it's going to be interesting what the drivers decide to do. Some people are going to just try to stick it out on the mediums for sure. Some people already on the hards waiting for the rain to come down. Some people doing a hard 1-stop. Some people doing a hard soft 2-stop. Hard medium 1-stop. Medium, medium, medium. Should be loads of strategies going around today, especially with that rain coming in. So it's going to be interesting. We won't really know what's going on. We'll just have to see, and we'll just have to see what's going on in terms of the strategies. We'll keep an eye out on everyone's pace and whatnot. But once again, once they've got the goes, that's when we go. Don't see a green flags message yet though. Ah yes, we have got green flags. We should have lights out going in that NA point now. And we're away. Much better start from Jacob. Not good still though. Quangish John already takes the lead after the first straight. Then we go. Oh, that's a car spun around. That is definitely a safety car. Who was that then? We got the Lemming involved here. Ghost Shadows. And I'm not sure what that black car is. Why does it not just tell me its name? That was Steady. Okay, for the ART. I thought that was an ART. Not a great start for those guys. T-Dash in the lead of the race. We'll miss something up the front. Interesting. Quangish John up into P10. He was involved in some sort of a crash at the start as well. That's T-Dash leading the race now. From P2, Jacob, the pole sitter. Where can we find him? Into P11. This guy can't start a race to save his life. And it's not even his fault. I'm not trying to say it's his fault. Well. The front row now into P9 and 11. So they have some work to do. They need to get past some guys to get back up into the lead. But that puts T-Dash and Gabby now into P1 and 2. Rain expected in about 10 minutes from now. Interesting if we see any pit stops early on. A few people are in. We go Ghost, Lemming, and Gusnov coming in for an early pit stop at the start of the race. I think we should be going in this lap. I don't know what's going on. I think it might have been a crash actually between Quangus and Jacob. That would make sense. Or maybe, you know, Jacob into Quangus and someone hit Jacob into him. But I honestly don't know. Because they're both down in low positions. Alright, we are in this lap then. Vic back on the podium this time, giving a little wiggle under the safety car. C-Dash goes. We will start racing. Oh, he slows down quite a lot there. And it looks like he's away with a brilliant getaway. Massive gap to P2 with Gabby already. It's Vic getting side by side. Oh, he overtook before the line. I don't know. That's a bit... And that could be a penalty, I'm not sure. Did Gabby crash? Because if Gabby crashed and went slow, then yes, Vic is allowed to overtake. But I don't know. I think Vic had enough time to just lift off the tiniest bit. Covers off the inside from Gabby there. No curves for this first lap. Very hard to overtake. Jolly's coming in. Keep it clean for now. Get very close. T-Dash is running away with P1 at the moment. Jolly's going to be trying to get past Gabby. He's going to have to go the long way around. He's never going to get past that. Yeah, no curves for this straight. It's all down to the tyres and downforces. We can see straight away that Tim is on some sort of a softer compound, maybe on softs or mediums, behind these two guys, or a lower downforce setup. He was gaining a lot of time on that straight. Great battling from Jolly and Gabby there. As soon as we cross the line, we can start cursing now. And we have another safety car. Just as we were about to start racing. Let's have a look. Must have been something in the back there. Lords goes into the pits. Actually surprised Lords bothered to turn up for this race after what he's been doing yesterday in F3. I mean, this guy's kind of known as the hazard on track at this point. Completely diabolical moves from him, braking in the S's and stuff like that. Yeah, quite surprising in Lords to show up. Fair play to Lords. I mean, yeah, well, we missed what caused the safety car in the back. Unfortunately, I think it was some crash down in like P13. I'm not sure, honestly. So we got a +1. Why it looks like Big Vic did catch up to the pack, so we should have a pretty quick lap of safety car here. Everyone's caught up. I don't know if any more pit stops to get made. Rain coming down in about 5 minutes from now. So we do have some cars in the pits already. Terpster, High Tech making a stop, maybe for the hards potentially. don't know if that's the way though, honestly, but I mean, from now you could definitely do a one stop if you pit now. I think you can comfortably do a hard med stop. How's it looking? It's not looking great for Krangus, if that's what you're asking about. You take the lead of the race on the race start. I think had a crash with Jacob, and that sent both of them down a few positions, to 8 and 7 as you see. I'm not sure who the VAR reserve is. You would have to tell me. Oh, Jolly, of course. Jolly up into P4 then. So not all bad. The ART is currently in P1 and Steady up in P14. And the VARs... no, they're not outscoring the ART, but they're close. T-Dash again, I don't... Vic is just leaving such a big gap, but that's another good getaway for T-Dash then. So yeah, we don't have curves this lap. Very hard to get moves done. You really just... the moves on the non-curves laps is all about just having a better line. Having better exit speed on straight. T-Dash makes a mistake, I think. Vic goes straight to the back of him. Oh, well, we have another safety car. Forgive me. I didn't even realise. Where are these safety cars happening, I wonder? Who we got far behind? Ghost, Shadows, and Zazzle. So they were definitely involved in some sort of a crash. And then... I don't know. Some other people, I guess. Oh, a little bit of bumping around the safety car, slowed down quite a lot on what's happened. Would we be in this lap by any chance, or I think we might have to be staying out one more, I'm not sure. If there's any damaged front wings or rear wings, we do kind of have to, yeah, last one, there it is. Rain coming down anytime now, and I think did I just see some rain? No, I did not. It should be coming in any minute now. We have a light drizzle for 6 minutes, so it's not going to be too bad on the track, but it's still going to be wet and it's still going to be shredding the tyres, and there's still not going to be a lot of grip. So that's where the drivers have to kind of make a choice. Do we go for the hards, the Ren tyres, and, you know, go quicker in these couple of laps with drizzle, or do we just stay out on the mediums and just risk it and lose a lot of time with the drizzle? Again, no idea who's doing what. There's literally about 4 possible strategies and no one knows which one could win. It's a very weird rain patch. Kind of in the start of the race. So short, so light. I think the rain will be coming down sometime on the restart, maybe. Although in GTA it does actually start raining about 2 minutes after the time it says it's going to start raining. We are in this lap once again. T-Dash will dictate the pace. We've got green flags. Oh, I believe we might see a crash here with how quickly they are slowing down. No, they keep it clean. Good getaway for T-Dash once more. Oh, we do have that crash I was talking about. The Lemon gets caught up in that sideways. The top 10. Literally, the grid is split into half now. Before we even started the racing lap. The top 10 are just here. T-Dash still in the lead. Vic right on the back of him. And that rain is coming down, like I said, straight after the restart. Big Vic disconnects. Hope that's not on track. We're going to have another safety car. Gioli and Gabby going side by side. Tim slowing down enough there to not rear end any of them. No cause for this first lap is going to get very close here between Infinite Tim and Jolly and Gabby. Quangus is in the back as well. Does Jolly spun sideways by Infinite. Vic wants that lead of the race so badly from T-Dash. You can see. You'll see how the drivers cope in the wet here. So Quangus made a stop under the safety car. He surely is going for a one stop. See, Vic does look a lot quicker in these corners. Maybe he is going for the rain pace rather than the dry pace like T-Dash might be. We have Kurz enabling as soon as we cross the line, and now we can Kurz the leaders. It is getting pretty wet. I didn't say it was only drizzle, but the track looks really hard to drive now. You can see the wide lines all these guys are taking, getting used to the grip. It's going to be very slippery, especially in the hairpin coming up. What a move from Jolly. Tim goes slightly wide and through goes Jolly there. What a brilliant move from him. Tim takes him out. Jolly goes flying across the track, almost into the leaders. That was so close. And yeah, undeniably that's a safety car. I think Jolly there with his re-entry might have caused some problems. Oh wow. Low-key, that would have been so funny to see if Jolly flew across and took out T-Dash and Vic. Whoa, it is gloomy. Look how dark it is. This is not drizzle. What is that weather forecast about? This is thundering. I can actually hear the thunder. Meta comes to the pits. Tim, Infinite, Vic, all making a stop. Are they all stopping for the hards? Probably no point stopping for the hards now. The rain's going to end in a couple of minutes. That puts Quangus back up on the podium. Under the safety car, Trefex tried and drive over the P4. Great position for him. Stevie recovers up to P5. But again, none of these positions are final yet because, you know, so many different stops happening. So many people pit. Jacob already pitted. Terps are already pitted. Don't think the leaders have pit. T-Dash still staying out. Oh, we got a +1, really? I really wanted to see some racing up in the rain. I mean, yeah, well, we could catch that back up. I think quite easily. If the leader slows down about here, it would have been kind of like a perfect. Yeah, a little bit behind. So T-Dash looking to regain the Drivers' Championship, which I don't know who's leading. Mr. Brian, could you check the standings for me real quick? Or Spooky or anyone that's in the chat? Who's currently leading the FT drivers? And constructors, if you're at it. I think VAR will be leading the constructors pretty comfortably though with that 1-2 last week. In this lap, and the rain is already stopped pretty much. Still a wet track and it will be wet for about a lap or so. So you see that rain patch was very light, so making a pit stop just for this rain, probably not worth it. Guess I'll check in myself. Let's go to restart though. So VAR on the lead by quite a lot. And Jolly's actually leading the driver standings at the moment. T-Dash right behind him. 1 point difference between the two. We have another restart. Vic gets caught up, goes a little bit wide. So T-Dash looking to get back on the top step. He is kind of the favourite around the server to win this FT Championship this season. He's always had a great pace last season. He was only a reserve last season as well, but everybody kind of wanted him on his team because he has a fair, not even a fair, he has a really big chance of winning this. Purposes goes down the inside of Stevie. Steady has that covered off. Way better exit speed. Bosi from the back of the grid, now into P7 after a power cut in qualifying, which caused him to miss it. Lord's disconnected once again. I think this guy has more retirements when finishes in the points across the first 3 weeks here. this season. Hopefully he retired in the pit lane and just off the track. T-Dash leads pretty comfortably again. Who's up at P10? Infinite. Both tried and drives in the points. Goes to his teammate, Tifosi. 40AX running special pink livery for Suzuka today. Normally they got some green one. Obviously, for AIX. They're both in the points. Azazel Stark. P2 in the sprint in F3 yesterday. P8 in F2. Not a bad result at all for an F3 driver. He is improving quickly from what we can see. Trefex, a rookie driver, his maybe second or third race in this server, up into P4, P5 now, with an overtake from Stevie. Still, he should be pretty happy with this result. Oh, he gets past two of them. He's now up into, what is that? P3. Gets past Quangish John. Not many drivers curves on that straight though, so you might be losing that position back. Looks like he is in a bit of lower wings, maybe. Quangish is gaining a lot through the corners. Could just be driver. Trefex positions his car down the inside to try to cover over Quangish. Quangish just has too much speed. Stevie comes back at him. And there's one thing we know is you definitely don't take the outside line of this corner because you just go slower. Trefex down the inside of Quangish. John forces him a little bit off track. Stevie goes through both of them now. That was a peak opportunity for Frugo's Stevia. I missed it, my bad. It's getting close in these hairpins though, Quangish and Stevie. Trefex trying to get back into that fight as well now. Trefex now has Terpster to worry about behind him. And he's going to zoom past the both of them on this straight once again. So we know that he likes the curves here. Quangish and Stevie. Quangish forces Stevie a little bit wide. I'm not sure if that was the effect of Trefex also being there. Maybe a bit of a racing incident. Stevie now down the spot for Terpster. Not too much time lost, not too bad. Where is Lemming? Oh, P17, my friend. That's not a good race for him. He was up in the podium in the sprint. He's been in a lot of crashes. I remember seeing him on the safety car restart sideways. Maybe he made a pit stop. We'll see. We'll see where we can recover to. Vic into P8 as well, losing a bit of positions. T-Dash just building that gap though, like crazy. But look at this train we got from Gabby down to Tifosi. P2 down to P7. So this whole thing you see here is a fight for P2, basically. These two guys seem to be just a little bit quicker. Quangish, I believe, on a bit of a slower time, maybe going for the one stop now. Stevie in the back of Terpster. Terpster already made a stop. He's probably going for a one stop as well. Stevie goes wide. So Tifosi has to take action there to avoid him. Good reactions from Tifosi. T-Dash is just pulling this gap more and more by the lap. But again, if he is on a two-stopper, that means he does need to make a bit of a, what was that, like 16-second gap to beat the one-stoppers. So, you know, he's got some work to do. I think he is on a two-stopper. Quangish wants to get on that podium, and so does Terpster. Leaders entering at 18. Where is Jacob at the moment? P12. And that's Trefex up into P2 of the race now. He is right behind the leader. Rookie driver in P2, outperforming the #1 driver of Infinite into P10. Impressive stuff from him. Very, very impressive. Looks like he's got some good pace as well. He's got different curves line to everyone else. Does a lot more on the main straight, but it's working out for him. At this rate, if he's doing a one-stopper and T-Dash is doing a two-stopper, he might be even considering a win, but let's not speak too early. I kind of want to battling between Quangus and Terpster. All drivers making moves there. Kind of want to see what's going on down here. Looks like just Johnny and Jacob losing each other time. They both need to make positions up to get back into the position they should be in. Oh, but it is getting close here. Where is Trefix? No. Did they crash my boy out? Trefix into P15. He either pit or someone crashed him out. And that someone probably being Gabby, since he was the closest. I really hope Trefix did just go in for a pit stop rather than get crashed, because he was on for a brilliant race. I wonder. It's 15th. I mean, we'll see where the other guys pit. I think we should see some pit stops coming out now. 3 wide, Quangus, Stevie and Terpster. Stevie just gets tapped a little bit by Quangus. Vix comes around. Making the P6 now. The old grandpa charging down the inside. He has to get his shoulders out there. Sorry, shoulders. Elbows. And Tifosi gets a triple overtake on that straight with some curves usage. Oh my god, these guys always give great action up here in the top of F2. It's so fun to watch. Oh my god. He is, bro. Look at him. Look at him go down the outside. Look how close it's all getting. These guys are leaving no margin for error here. And meanwhile, all of that is happening. Terpster is catching to Gabby very quickly. He's going for straight. Vic past. Up to P4 now. Quangus and Stevie. Continue that scrap from last lap. Stevie stays in the track, gets past Quangus. Let's see what happens with curves on this straight. No one going for the curves this time around. Interesting. Gabby's managed to hold off Terpster from now. T-Dash is just riding off into the sunset now. Quite literally a sunset. We've got beautiful scenery up in Suzuka. Terpster is eager to get past. Quangus thinks about a move. I think taps Stevie a little bit there. Gets past. Stevie comes around. You will have that outside. You don't want to be having that, but maybe you can make it work. No, you just look how much speed you just lose. Well, not really speed, but I don't know what you'd call it. I guess you just have to go a much longer way around. But it's getting close up here. Vic waiting for an opportunity to slide through both of these guys. Quangus and Stevie going side by side through these double hairpins for, I think, the 3rd lap running now. No pit stops yet. Interesting, but Vic is now looking to take the podium and then catch Gabby in front into P2. I think Trefix might have been crashed. I'm not sure, honestly, but Stevie makes the pit stop. Quangus will be relieved. He's going to have some breathing room. Or Vic just forced into this. Oh, I don't know. He had his wing there, but Terpster didn't really leave much room. Look how close they're getting. No, Vic. Oh, what a horrible re-entry. That's a 5 seconds at least. I mean, I'm not sure what happened though. Is that he went straight on, but he was side by side of Terpster. I think maybe Tifosi gave him a little tap, perhaps. I don't know. That looked very weird from my perspective. Is the quality any better, by the way? It should be, right? Someone just let me know if you can actually see a difference. I did almost triple the bit rate and increase the resolution itself. So I think we are looking much better. Very much, yeah. Oh, that's good. We'll have it going for minutes from now on. Okay. What is going on? What is going on? So Vic, not the end of the world for him. He's still up in this fight. See, look, here's the thing. Stevie came out P40 behind Trefex, which makes me think Trefex did actually make a pit stop rather than getting crashed. Let's have a look at the gaps. So Trefex is there, Stevie's there. Yeah, it does make sense if Trefex did pit. So he's definitely the 2-stopper then. We'll see though. See. I don't know, if a lot of people are making 1-stops, what lap are we on? Eddie, if you can hear me, T-Dash is so far in front, it's incredible. But I think we're like halfway through the race by now. Gabby's still keeping that P2. Leading that train behind. Vic makes a mistake, hits the slowdown on the inside. Driver 2 locked in, fair enough. It would be amazing if we could have some way to count laps, obviously, rather than sitting him manually counting. I don't know. Vic and Quangus having a little scrap. Again, Vic with that inside. He's going to keep that position. No, who is that? I saw someone on the wall. Tifosi. Terps is now closer to Gabby than he ever was. Infinite gets past him now, but Infinite up into P3, he's back on the podium. Last season in F2, Infinite was on for a podium, and he lost his tyres on the final lap of the race, dropped down a few spots. Hopefully he learned from that mistake. Doesn't do it again. Jolly up into P7 with his teammate in P6. Stevie and Trefex both gaining 1 position through people just pitting. Terps are going to dare to go side by side with the Asian Infinite and risk getting crashed out. Shooting through the Demon Drag and some other lag. It's getting very close. I just don't know what T-Dash is on. Whatever it is, I want some of it because I think he's on a 1-stop, so he's probably on a hard at the moment. And he's got like 10 seconds already in front. Incredible. Infinite will be trying to take that P2 from Gabby. Not enough. Everyone's just crashing into the drivers. That would not be good. Go up a little bit. Thank you. Infinite looks like he has some good pace as well. Terpster can't really get past him. He's almost got past Gabby there. Gabby's been holding on for that P2. Like crazy. He's had like 3 people challenge him for that wall. Like Quang gets Terpster, Infinite, and he still stays in front. Is Infinite going to be the man to take it? Finally. He takes it from now. Gabby comes out with some curves. Lap 28 from the leader. So we are over half race distance. We should be seeing another stop. Maybe even 2 coming from the drivers. And that's Infinite up into P2 for Trident. As he makes a pit stop now. Where he gets that position. Front. T-Dash makes a pit stop. And he comes out into P3. So once these guys make a pit stop, T-Dash almost pulled a whole pit stop for these guys. That is crazy. And just over 20 laps, and we had a bunch of safety cars in the middle, so this man had about 12 or 13 laps, and he's pulled a whole pit stop ahead, gaining more than a second a lap by that logic. Impressive. Now he just doesn't want to get really held up, involved in any crash. He's just waiting for these guys to pit in front of him. Gabby Souza in the lead. Terps is going for it as well. I think the tyres are looking really hard now. Don't want to be sending any heroics down. You don't know what can happen. Any pit stops from these guys? They go into the pits together. Turbser gets a much better launch into the pits though. Quang is into the pits, Jacob into the pits, everybody's into the pits. Tim takes provisional P2 at the moment. He's going to come out in front in this pit stop. Gabby was in front, and Gabby comes out behind. Gabby lost the position in the pit stops. Almost loses another position with that trident of Infinite. Bangers ends up in front of Vic. Those are very close pit exits there, but now we have a long, long train. So that was an important position for Gabby there, getting in front of Infinite, because Infinite was the guy behind. But at least he's staying out in front of him. Curls down the inside of Turbser into the hairpin, gets past with a pretty simple and easy move there. But Turbser's going to hold that inside line. No, he will not. Gabby comes out in front of both of those drivers now. So entering lap 30 for the leaders out of 43. So still about 14 laps of racing. So I do think if you pit about now, this is the last stop for most of these guys. Maybe we'll be seeing another pit stop from Tim, but look at how close these guys are. We're on lap 30 and we still have very close positions. And one penalty for Zazo here sends him down like 6 positions. I should forget to say that Zazo driving into P4 at the moment. Great. Don't know if he could get the podium today. Traffic's and Stevie having a little battle. Stevie makes a move around the outside and he makes it stick. Fair play. Stevie now through into P5. At this point, you don't really know who you're racing, so you're just trying to overtake anyone you can. Normally, if you know someone's at a different strategy, you know, maybe just let them go, whatever, because you know they're going to pit, but I think it's kind of hard to keep track of what's going on here in this race. Gabby stays in front of Turbser. But Gabby comes out in the end behind Trefex. So I think provisionally, with Azazel into the pits, yes. With Stevie, Tifosi and Tim maybe making another pit stop. Trefex is still on for that P2. Unless, of course, all of the guys we see right now are staying out until the end. The tyres could go very quickly on this stroke. Once they go, because it's all high-speed corners, you can lose them in pretty much any corner. It's very hard to drive with burnt tyres in there. Obviously, you could go slow through a fast corner, but then you're just losing way too much time. But after a lap, it just becomes quicker to just make a pit anyway. So, entering lap 32, now 43. Gabby Souza thinks about a move down the inside of Turbser. Gonna go the long way around the outside. Keeps it off the slowdown. What is going on? Okay. Slow bit action. Gabby now in front, I think. This is almost a battle for the podium. If we assume Stevie, Tim and Tifosi to make a pit stop. Maybe for the softs as the last stint. And it would kind of make sense because Gabby did pit from P3. This is kind of a provisional battle for the podium, but it's so close. Like we could, well, in fact, get a safety car here, which would change everything that's happening in this race. These drivers are pretty clean, however. Honestly, F2 is great racing. I don't even think we have this sort of thing in F1. In F1, we usually get insane battles up the top of the field, like the top 3, 5. But when it comes to like the mid-pack here, F2 takes it. Infinite forces Turbser a little bit wide. Turbser almost takes out Stevie. Infinite gains that position now into P6. If we are saying this is the battle for the podium, Infinite just took that podium. And his teammate right in front, P5 and 6 currently for the Tridents. Tim into P2, and I don't know if he is going to pit. The only thing I can imagine right now is going for the soft at the end, maybe going something like hard, soft, soft. That strategy we talked about. D'Souza's charging down the inside of Infinite, gets past him in that corner. Terps and Vic go side by side. VAR of Quangus looking to go down through the middle of them two. Won't be able to get that position on Terps just yet. Entering that 34. Laps are ticking down by the minute, and it is getting so close here. It's hard to see even or keep up with what's going on, but they are keeping it extremely clean. Look at that. You're in a pack of 6 cars, and there's not been any serious crash, just some minor taps here and there, which do happen. This is GTA. Cars are very flimsy, and the physics can be off, so Tim goes into the pits, comes out P11 as it stands. Tifosi now into P2. So Tim probably going for a soft stint, for his last stint. If Infinite can get past Gabby there, and Tifosi and Stevie pit, it's going to be a trident double podium. Should be a brilliant result for the team. They've not gotten many points, not as many as they're expecting, definitely. That's incredible, but Gabby just still manages to keep in front. Vic getting past Jolly there and Infinite. So much side by side for these. Jolly just goes straight on, I think. Couldn't turn because of the Turbser. 2 VARs now in sync. Whoa, that was sick. They both doubly overtake. Oh, traffic's in for another pit stop. That was a cool little overtake from the VARs. Turbser must have been, I don't know what you would call it, but intimidated almost. Just imagine the 2 VARs, just one on the left, one on the right at the same time. That's pretty cool. Where is T-Dash in all of this? Is that him? No, that is Stevie. T-Dash is starting the next lap already. Alright, we're not even going to look at him. He's monstrous, let's just say that. He's entering that 36 now. That was Vic up into P5. Where's Infinite gone to? Did Infinite have a little crash? Maybe a pit stop? Maybe? Not sure. Interesting. Tifosi makes that pit stop, so it's just Stevie left. Maybe Stevie's staying out. He is taking a bit of a gamble staying out though, of course. If the tyres go, Gabby is only a couple of corners behind to get that position back from him. So any overtake you can make is very important. Angus and Terps are good friends, I believe. Very clean racing from both of these guys throughout the whole race. Same goes for Vic, of course, Jolly, Infinite, Gabby. Incredible. Alright, that little pack we had split up a little bit. Every car in the pits, that is a back marker, however. Oh, who is that off track? That's Stevie. Stevie lost his tyres or what? Or did he just make a terrible mistake? There was no one around him to even crash him there, but he was miles off. Off track there, that's okay, very strange. Maybe the tyres are gone, maybe we see a pit stop. But yeah, he was taking these corners pretty quickly, so I'm not sure. But it's an ART 1-2 at the moment, if you can keep it here. It's going to be close though. That mistake cost him a lot of time. Oh, his tyres looking through here. Not too bad. But he does make that pit stop. Definitely going on softs. Whereabouts is Stevie going to come out now? Pitted from P2. Oh, well out of the points, I think. That's going to be what, P. Okay. He is coming up behind Trefex into P12. So I don't know if he can make enough pace back now. Oh, this Trefex going slowly. The back marker behind him, which makes it a bit awkward. All good, might be a mistake of some sort. So Gabby Souza now defending that P2, Vic on the podium, entering lap 39. What, do you mean T-Dash just started 39? Because T-Dash is already on that lap. I think that's right now. Five racing laps remaining. Tyres could go very easily. Like I said, you clip one wrong curve in the S's here and you're gone. Gabby's done a brilliant job doing whatever he could. I mean, there is no catching the T-Dash at this point, but Gabby's the best of the rest. Into P2, entering lap 40. Okay, thank you, Eddie. I'll keep track of it now. Down to 4 laps left. Very short lap time here, about 1 minute. 1 minute 1, 1 minute 2, 1 minute 3, that sort of range. Decent race for the VARs as well, 5 and 6. That's going to help in their constructors battle. I think ART is going to close up. I don't think we're going to overtake because we only have one driver in the points. That driver feels T-Dash is winning, so. Frankish John down the inside of Terpster as he finally makes that move stick. No, he doesn't. Another defense from Terpster for that position. P4, they're racing for 2 points there. Which, if you're on the constructors or drivers fight, 2 points is 2 points, you know, it's quite a lot. Frankish again, gonna have the outside for the first hairpin, but he set himself up nicely for the inside of the second hairpin. And he finally gets that position on Terpster, does he? They are side by side. Now he comes out to the outside for turn 1, which puts him at a disadvantage. Neither of them use curves, and looks like Terpster is just going to keep that position again. Oh, Kwangus and Terpster, that was a little tap in the rear, forces Terpster wide. Pushes him off. Terpster does rejoin in front of these guys, luckily, but now he has 3 cars right after him, which is going to be very frustrating. But that puts both the VARs up a slot. Vic getting ever so close to Gabby for that P2 finish now. I think Kwangus and Jolly go wide there. What lap are we entering now? Is it 41? 42. Okay. So 2 laps to go for the leader. Vic will be making an overtake for this P2. He's only got 2 laps to do it. Hopefully he doesn't get aggressive and do something ridiculous, but I think he can. I think Vic knows how to overtake. He's pretty experienced, obviously. It's getting close there between them two. Vic, as Gabby goes a little bit wide, Gabby takes a slowdown. Vic just goes into the back of him. 1.5 laps to go for these guys. It's quite an important overtake here for P2. It's getting close up on the back as well if we have a look. So Fosi, Infinite and Tim. Infinite gets that P7 at the moment. Terps on P6. He's actually lost that pack of 3 cars. But he is kind of out of that fight. Tim and Tifosi curse past Infinite. The leaders are starting the last lap. Vic looks like he's lost a little bit of time. Quangus probably won't have. No, yeah, I don't think he's going to catch up to Vic in front unless Vic makes himself a mistake due to his tyres. Looks like Gabby will seal that P2. He's held off 4 cars now. Vic, Quangus, Terpstra, Infinite, Trefex. Everyone's been fighting him for that P2, but he keeps that position. Brilliant. Infinite loses those 2 positions to Tim and Tifosi. We'll see what happens with the bubble hairpins, but that's going to be T-Dash finishing up in P1 by an absolute massive margin. Congratulations to T-Dash for winning the race. Vic goes extremely wide there. That's all his chances gone for that P2. Gabby takes P2. Vic finishes up on the podium. Quangus is going to finish P4. It's going to be a close race. Can Tim get that overtake done in the last second? Well, yes, he does. Tim takes that 7th place from Tifosi on the final straight with a little bit more curves. Nice job from him. Stevie and Trefex unfortunately finished just outside of the points in 11 and 12. Azazel P13. Lemming goes up to P4. Exile into P15. Go Shadows will be actually stopped on track. Is he okay here? Or is he just trying to let Gustav past? Sure, he could just go and finish the race. Lemming left, Terps left. Oh, all of them finished in just about a minute. We'll see the final timing screen. We'll see who got the fastest lap. Oh, Go Shadows has no tyres. That's what's happening. He's going to crawl to the line into P17 as we have Met or Yuga on his final lap to finish. Oh, he flies up the bridge. Oh no, he doesn't. Okay. Matt will finish up in P17, lagging like crazy to the finish line. 1 frame per second there. Takes P18, sorry. Alright. Thank you very much. Hope you guys enjoyed. Interesting race today. Vic gets that podium though. Congratulations. We'll see who got that fastest lap. I think the Tim and Tifosi gap will be nowhere as close as Lennon and Gabby earlier on. Let's have a look though. Wait for all of this to go. Fastest lap goes to T-Dash himself. That is 26 points. A win and fastest lap. And a 14-second gap to Gabby in P2. What more do you want in the weekend? Brilliant job from him. That Quangus and Jolly, 4 attempts apart. Tim and Tifosi, oh, very close as well. Only a couple hundredths. Thank you very much for joining in. We'll be having a stream for F1 tomorrow for Suzuka, of course, with the sprint as well. Stevie should be streaming that. And we'll see you guys next week for Montreal. Thank you very, very much.